Hello. This is the Sideshow, and I'm Theodore Parker. And today is Thursday, July 6, 2023. In this area of Kentucky, Lexington, the temperature is presently at 72 degrees, going up to 86 degrees. Storms are possible this afternoon, along with rain. Presently, the AQI, air quality index, is good. Pollen is high, as it has been for the past several days. And humidity is at 90%. Typical summer weather. Extreme heat and air pollution can be deadly, so pay attention to weather alerts in your area. Acting accordingly. The Sideshow on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And what's that? There's a messaging app attached to this program, The Sideshow with Theodore Parker. Also a part of the Facebook app group. The Sideshow on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And the Sideshow coffee cup, buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. Pay me through Cash App, $TR Parker 1, all caps. Today, I thought I would cover some items. 3 cities in the news. And that would be Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and Baltimore. And I want to preface these news selections with this comment, or several comments. I have quote-unquote affection for these cities, either because I'm from the area or have lived in the area, or know somebody that lives in the area presently or was living in the area. Whatever the connection is, I generally base it not on time and distance or how long it was since I was last there or any of those common ingredients, but on how pleasant the memories were with the people that I was with at the time, and the good things that happened in those cities for me and to me. So, when I speak of these 3 locations, then it's with warm affection and fond memories. So, it saddens me to know that these 3 cities, all together, almost within days of each other, have experienced tragedies of some sort. So, we'll start with Washington, D.C. Here's what we know about the 3 explosives that rocked Washington, D.C. businesses. Now, in this particular instance, it was just property damage, but still, people in the proximity of the explosions did feel the effects, as in things coming off the wall and falling down and being knocked over and things of this nature, as is reported by one person, at least. So, here's what we know about the 3 explosions that rocked Washington, D.C. business. Police are on the hunt for suspects after a series of explosive devices were thrown outside several businesses in Washington, D.C., including one where a Molotov cocktail-style object was thrown, with authorities now offering a $20,000 reward for information on the incidents that lead to an arrest and conviction. though relatively little remains publicly known about the attacks more than a day after they took place. DC police released images of a potential suspect and their vehicle, showing a person wearing a white hooded sweatshirt along with black pants and black shoes, as well as an image of a gold champagne-colored Acura, the sedan with Maryland license plates. The license plate read 1797ICK, according to police. The Metropolitan Police Department is offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those involved in the destruction of property with explosives. And the Washington Field Division of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, that I'm familiar with, and here's the part that added something to it, and explosives. I didn't know they handled that as well, is offering an additional $10,000 reward. So there we have that information relative to that. There are more details. It's the fact that it was like 4:30 in the morning when there wasn't much activity in front of the bank, and within a few minutes of that, there was another explosion in front of the Nike store, which is roughly a mile from Capitol Hill in the northeast section of D.C. And then another explosion. Number 2. So at this point, no fatalities or injuries have been reported with those explosions, but nonetheless. Number 2. A suspect has been charged with murder in a Philadelphia shooting that killed 5. In my previous programs, I've mentioned the importance of trying to reduce mass shootings, especially when, as it has been proven, children are injured or killed in the incident, and it just tears at one's heart that all of this is connected to or affiliated with automatic weapons, rifles, and handguns. So I kind of flipped it. Instead of talking about Capitol Hill and having laws and things of that nature, to put it on you, the viewing audience, to, for lack of a better expression, curb your enthusiasm about the use of these types of weapons. So, this article from Philadelphia tends to carry that thought. Excuse me. A Philadelphia man has been charged with murder, attempted murder, and other crimes for allegedly carrying out a shooting spree in the city on Monday that left 5 people dead and 2 others injured in gunfire, including a toddler. Kim Brady Carricker, 40, was apprehended by police shortly after the attack and is currently being held without bail, a spokesperson for Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner said. Krasner said Wednesday afternoon in a news conference that the attack was essentially a random shooting and that the suspect did not know the victims. Characters allegedly wore body armor and a ski mask and used an AR-15 style rifle during the shooting. He was also found with a 9mm handgun, which was an untraceable ghost gun, Assistant District Attorney Bob Wainwright added. After speaking with some people who lived with Character Investigators said they learned that he recently had been exhibiting strange behavior, though they didn't elaborate. On Tuesday, city leaders, including Police Commissioner Daniel M. Outlaw, condemned the violence that rocked southwest Philadelphia just hours ahead of the holiday. What happened last night in our King's Ascension neighborhood was unimaginably disgusting and horrifying, Outlaw said. On what was supposed to be a beautiful summer evening, this armed and armored individual wreaked havoc, firing with a rifle at the victims, seemingly at random. A prayer vigil was planned for Wednesday evening at the Salt and Light Ministry for those impacted by the shooting. So at this point, it kind of seemed to me that things have slowed down in regard to mass shooting, although it does not take away anything from the tragedy and the pain that the families of these victims are experiencing. Not only in this incident, but from prior ones. So at this point, there have been 356 mass shootings so far this year. A shooting in which 4 or more people other than the shooter are shot. In Baltimore, be more careful. Baltimore shooting, and I think this carries the most emotional thing of the three that I decided to relate to you. Baltimore shooting, what we know and don't, and I'm going to cover the parts that what we know about block party gunfire that left 2 dead and 28 injured. Excuse me. Allergies tickling in my throat, coughing periodically. A mass shooting at a holiday weekend block party in Baltimore left 2 young adults dead and another 28 people, including 15 children, injured early Sunday morning, but officials are still working to identify suspects and determine a motive for why a celebratory block party turned deadly. During a press conference Monday afternoon, acting Baltimore Police Commissioner Richard Worley said police have yet to make any arrest, but believe they are looking for at least 2 suspects who used at least 3 guns in the attack. Multiple weapons and bullet casings were recovered at the scene, Worley said Monday. Police identified the deceased victims as Aaliyah Gonzalez, 18, and Khalees Fagbeming, 20. Two young people cut off in the prime of their youth. The 28 surviving victims range in age from 13 to 32 years old, and 15 of those victims were under 18, police said. As of Monday afternoon, 7 victims remain in the hospital, city officials said, with 4 of them in critical condition. The motive for the mass shooting remains unclear. Worley said investigators are working to determine if the shooting was targeted or whether they were shooting indiscriminately up the street. Police have also not named any suspects. $28,000. That's how much authorities are offering in reward money for information leading to an arrest. So again, I want to reiterate that these are tragedies. This country seems to be knee-deep in mass shootings at this time, but it is something that has to be worked on internally. And as in the case reported with character, people around him noticed that he was acting different. So an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Better be safe than sorry. So if your antenna goes up about anything, it may be prudent to at least ask, what's going on, or however you might want to phrase it, as each individual might discuss or phrase their conversations, which might just prevent something of this nature from happening. And then qualifying that with the ever true statement, hindsight is always 20/20. Despite these tragic incidents, we have the summer ahead of us. Although school will be reopening again shortly, I know summer passes quickly for students. But the next cultural celebration we have will be in September for Hispanic Culture Month. Officially summer 2023. That's it. Hashtag